The Greek financial tragedy continued this week as a war of words broke out between Germany's finance minister, Wolfgang Schäuble, and the Greek president, President Papoulias. I cannot accept that my country should be reviled by Schäuble. I cannot accept this as a Greek. That's what the president said. Who is Mr. Schäuble to insult Greece? Who are the Dutch? Who are the Finnish? Meanwhile, a decision by Eurozone ministers on the next Greek bailout has been delayed until Monday, and there are increasing voices in Athens that default is not only likely, but more desirable than the austerity demanded by the Eurozone. So what next? I'm joined now by Vasilis Leontitsis of the Hellenic Observatory at the LSE, the London School of Economics. Welcome, good to have you. Now, before coming on to that, tell us the latest story of life in Greece. You've been there, you went there a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
And were the strains of the economy showing in people's lives a lot?
Yes, absolutely. I left Greece to come to London in August, so I hadn't been in Greece since last August. And I went back 2 weeks ago. I was in Athens, Corfu and Rhodes. And actually the difference was astonishing in the way people lived, and the way people talked about the crisis as well. Now they don't necessarily talk about the crisis as something alien, you know. It is something that is happening to them. People that I knew have less and less money to spend. They have cut down their expenses. They don't go out. They buy less food. So actually people experience the crisis big time at the moment in Greece.
Is it possible, for instance, some people say maybe Greece can default, and yet at the same time maybe we can find a way of it staying in the zone? That's one possibility. The other possibility is that the people who are trying to keep Greece, the three countries and so on, trying to keep Greece in the Eurozone, are really wanting to get it out of there. I mean, what's the general feeling on that? Well, what is the future for Greece?
Well, the general feeling is that actually the other Eurozone members want Greece in. At least this is the majority of them at the moment. Because the biggest fear is that if Greece leaves, then more countries might leave as well, the domino effect. And if Greece goes, Portugal goes, then possibly Spain goes, or Italy, and then the Eurozone collapses. So it is for their interest to keep Greece within the Eurozone.
Yes, I can see that, but the people who don't think it is say, listen, Greece is only 2–2.5% of what we're worried about. You know, we can get rid of Greece, clear out that problem, and it won't have any effect at all. But you're saying it will. It will have a domino effect.
Well, there is a possibility, and this is the big issue. Nobody exactly knows what is going to happen if Greece goes. So that's why it would be preferable for most people to have Greece in.
And I mean, there's supposed to be an election in April, right?
Yes.
What will happen then, do you think?
Well, we still don't know exactly when the elections are going to take place. It is possible that they're going to take place in April. What the opinion polls suggest is that the Socialist Party, the party that won the previous elections, is going to suffer. The latest opinion polls give it just above 10%, when in the previous elections it won 44% of the votes.
And so who's going to benefit, the Conservatives, or? Well,
the Conservatives benefited up to recently, but since they joined the coalition government and signed the austerity measures, they have started losing out as well. So there are fringe parties that they have actually gained lately, and we have observed the radicalization of the Greek political system. So parties at the far right and the far left are faring quite well in the opinion polls at the moment.
Can you see Greece emerging from this depression? And if so, how long will it take?
Well, we need to be optimistic, right?
Yeah.
I believe that Greece is going to emerge out of the depression at some point, but it's not going to be in the short term, because whether it defaults or not, whether it stays within the Eurozone or it leaves the Eurozone, there are a lot of reforms that need to be taken, a lot of hardships that the Greeks need to go through before there's some growth in the country once again.
And so for people who are thinking about this summer, maybe going to Greece, will they find prices and things like that way down, or because of shortages will they have gone up?
Well, I don't expect the prices to really go down. Greece has become more expensive since it entered the Eurozone, and this is a problem for both the tourists and the people that live in Greece alike. I believe that the prices are not going to really go down unless Greece leaves the Eurozone and its new currency devalues. But I don't really see this happening.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Good luck and Godspeed and all of that. That's all we have time for this week. My thanks to all of my guests, a varied group as ever. Join me again in 7 days' time for another edition of Frost Over the World. Goodbye for now.